Turn the key and see if amps come on. Go ahead and cross our fingers. This amp is going into protect. This one is not playing, so this guy is officially blown. Our first startup was actually kind of bad. If you guys are feeling how the amps are wired in nowadays, guys, look at this. Very nice, very nice, man, very nice. Man, definitely pause the video. If you're not subscribed, man, subscribe to the channel, man, and definitely like this video already, man, because this is a big improvement what it looked like a few days ago. We really spent almost like 4 hours yesterday rewiring and tracking stuff a little bit more neater. Look at that. And I do need to go get some more zip ties in a little while, but you know, that could actually wait. We still got quite a few more components to install that need to get done first, and definitely still on a time crunch, guys, because our event is next weekend and we still need to give ourselves some time to you know, adjust a few things, make sure everything's playing 1000%, nothing's cutting off. For today's video, we need to finish installing this last baby Terra amps, and we need to go ahead and wire in the PRV crossovers. 2 videos ago, I know I said that I was not going to go ahead and put the PRV crossovers, but you know, they do their job. You know, they make the sound system sound pretty good, so we're just going to go ahead and use them, just because I don't want to, you know, go from EQ going to the amps and then causing, you know, more massive clipping, stuff shutting off on me in the middle of us trying to get down in front of everybody. What's going to solve everything is just leaving the PRV crossovers in there, but we're just going to adjust them really, really good. And we got little man with us too, because he actually didn't go to school. He had a doctor's appointment, and we already did that. So we're here back working on the Silverado, and we need to get stuff done. If we can pretty much wire everything in for us to have power and everything turn on, guys, man, I think we'll be good. Too much worried about having sound just yet, because I just want to make sure that all the wires are nice and neat on these amps, just so they don't have failure. You know, if the wires are in the amps pretty good, there's no reason why they shouldn't turn on and have the right amount of power going to them. Because if I get too anxious and just want to get stuff connected in order to hear sound, guys, I'm pretty much, you know, not going to be putting a lot of effort in making sure that the wires are nice and neat. Let's just take our time, man. We got, you know, a good amount of days before we actually need to get to the event. And the main purpose of the truck is just making sure that everything is playing pretty good. And if we really have to bite the bullet and not have the lights hooked up, which I think we still can do, so be it, as long as the rest of the truck is working 1000%, guys, man. That's all that matters, because you know, the lights is not what's going to be making all the commotion, man. It's going to be the cramp. Let me go ahead and get to work, guys. I am actually getting a late start on today. Look, it's already 11:19, just because I told you earlier I had to take my son to the doctor. So that actually took up a little bit of time, but it doesn't matter, man. We had to make sure dude was 1000%, which he's good. So let me turn off the camera, man. I'm gonna get to work, and then I'll catch you guys right now in a little bit once we actually get some stuff done. Okay, so right now I'm hooking up the Terra amps for the tweeters, and look, you see I got my tone generator playing, and you know, here we are testing out the tweeters, making sure that they work. This one works, and that one works. And man, listen, guys, like, I don't know how I managed to blow the 2 tweeters on each door when I went to the Florida Classics. And you know, the diaphragm only to fix these guys is 25 bucks, so it just pretty much cost me $100 to fix them. But man, these tweeters on the stunt wall, guys, have definitely took way more of a beating than those doors, and these guys have yet to even blow, and it's crazy. But I do got base blockers on them. Some people tend not to put base blockers on them, but I do. You know, I love using the base blockers, just because, you know, if I didn't have base blockers put to these guys, I mean, they could have just been replaced with the diaphragm, but sometimes the base blocker blows, and it saves myself from having to buy diaphragms. Checking out the tweeter, making sure everything's good. What do you think, man? You think it works? Nah, man, you're crazy. Yeah, there you go. Now we're talking. I was actually excited because he's gonna get a Speaker Man Titan party, right? Look, and look, you see, this is what it's all about. Oh, man, hopefully he doesn't fall off the truck, but man, you know, he enjoys this stuff as well as I do, and man, we always be jamming. tweeter amp is in. It's not a big guy, but man, it's definitely going to do the trick, guys. Two things to actually wire in are the PRV crossovers, and this right here is the power and ground for it. And I do have its own remote wires that are actually ran off of relays, just because there's so many things running off of remote wires. So you definitely need some relays to go ahead and power that back up so it gets good voltage to all that. Crossing our fingers that the PRV crossovers go in pretty flawlessly. And then we are going to wire in the EQ that's actually running to the stunt wall that's right here, but we haven't ran that RCA just yet, just because, like I said, man, I just want to hurry up and just not hurry up, but I want to go ahead and wire in the PRV crossovers, power and ground, and then we're going to go ahead and fire it up and see if we have power, guys. And then you know, we're going to make sure all of our switches work for everything and stuff like that to turn on amps. Man, we're crossing our fingers, guys.
A few moments later.
All right, gang, we're probably like 5 minutes away from actually turning on the truck and seeing if the amps come on. I think I just need to ground like 1 amp and connect the remote wire for the other PRV crossover. So I only did this because it made sense. So anything that's on this side, guys, amps and crossover, this is all for the stunt wall. And same thing over there, all the amps and the crossover that's over there is just for what's inside the cab. I did that because it only makes sense. Why track stuff when, you know, I don't got to? And if I'm adjusting stuff, it's better for me just to adjust everything close together versus like, let's turn it up here and then just run over there and see how that sounds. So we avoided all that. All the remotes and everything is connected to the crossover and everything, to the switches to the front on the relays. That's done. And these are just RCAs that are ran from the front that actually need to go in their location. So that's all that's left. And this is the remote wire for the epicenter that we may put back in the future, but I don't know, but we're just gonna tuck it away. And then these are the remote wires for, this is the main one that turns on the cab, and then this is actually the remote wire that's coming from all 3 of those amps. So we are going to just go ahead and track that one back over there and loop it in with the other crossover. And I think, guys, we are ready to fire this thing up. All right, so pretty much after probably 2.5–3 days of wiring, guys, man, these amps are finally wired in. It looks spectacular. It looks way better than what it actually was looking. You guys remember, man, it was a big old rat's nest. So we're going to go ahead and cross our fingers. We're going to go ahead and just turn the key and see if amps come on. We're going to try the cab amps first, and then after that we're going to flip the switch and see if all the other amps come on, man. So this is a good, proud moment, guys. I hope you guys are happy with the new amp install. I'm more than happy with it, guys. So I hope you guys are, man, but definitely smash that like button if these amps turn on. So I actually had to hook up the remote wire back up on the relay, and we have the 5000, the 1800.1, and I believe, yes, the smaller amp is on, and the cab crossover is on, guys. On, and that guy is on. The light's on. I'm gonna actually flip the switch for the stunt wall. Let's see if stuff comes on. Okay, I see the crossover on. That amp is on. That little guy's on. Let's see if EQ is on. EQ is on. On. Yeah, amp is on, guys. Man, that's crazy. We got all the amps on, guys, man. I am very, very happy. I'm glad I'm glad you guys said, man, rewire it. I'm glad I rewired it, man. It's gonna work out really, really badass. And then I'm gonna turn off the truck. And guys, I know I said I was gonna wait till next video to actually do the RCAs, guys, but being who I am, and man, I always feel like I gotta like do more, we're gonna go ahead and run these RCAs just so we can play a little bit of sound, but we're not gonna get too far into it. We're just gonna connect these RCAs just to make sure that the sound is there. I'm back. So I pretty much just got the RCAs tracked where they're gonna actually go, but I want to just go ahead and fire up the truck and just see if we have some sound playing. And then once I know that we actually got sound playing, then I can actually just go ahead and really tighten up really nice the RCAs, and then the amps can somewhat go into place, but not really, because we need to still have like those amps out just so we can set them. Same thing with that. but I just want to go ahead and track the RCA so they somewhat look decent, and then we can actually put the seat back in. But man, let me go ahead and fire this guy up and see if we have sound. So this amp right here, full pass, high pass. Okay, I think it's somewhat set, guys, so where they can play some sound. I'm actually curious to hear what those horns are going to sound like, guys. Man, that thing's talking. So let's hear this real quick. So I just actually fired it up and I tested a few things out, but for some reason this amp is going into protect, and so that means to tell me that there is something wrong with the 310s. And now remember, the only one that I think we swapped out was that one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and buckle up all the RCAs, and then I'm gonna actually pull that 10 out and see what's going on behind there, and then I am gonna go ahead and just pretty much try to pull out all the 610s, just make sure all the connections are good. Maybe one of them is blown. So what I actually can do right now is I can actually connect. This is a good reason why I got my tone generator. I can actually connect my tone generator, hook it up, play it nice and low, and then we can see if any one of these is not playing, and then that'll tell us if it's disconnected or it's blown. I got my leads connected, and I'm going to turn down the volume, and then I'm going to turn up the frequency a little bit. Okay. We got it at a reasonable level, and now let's see if all of them are playing. So look, that one's playing. This one is not playing, which that's why it's probably going into protect. It's throwing the ohm load off, and then that guy is playing. So we're going to go ahead and unplug that. We're going to take that speaker out and see what's going on behind there. You see, like, man, this thing came in a clutch right now, guys, and you see how easy it was to just diagnose what was actually going on. So, man, that tone generator just saved us. I'm going to get my drill, and then I'm going to hop on behind here, and then I'm going to take this guy out. This is actually one of my rather older mids, so if it blew out, I wouldn't be surprised. Now, I think I got 110 laying around that if it's blown, we can replace it. But now we're going to get my tone generator. That's right here. And then we're going to connect it to it and see if it's playing. So we're going to find it right here, and then we're going to connect it to it. And it is blown, guys, because remember, it was just making sound. So this guy is officially blown. Our first startup was actually kind of bad because we do have a blown speaker after the first fire up. I'm just going to pretty much just take the speaker and just put it straight to the trash, just because it's in honor of our film. The stunt wall looks a little bit, you know, on the downside just because it's missing that speaker, but I'm gonna go ahead and replace it. You guys see how easy it was just to figure out that there was a speaker that was bad with just the tone generator that I had. So man, that came in the clutch today. After listening to the horns and the ain'ts on the PPI amp, guys, definitely made a big difference. I can't wait for you guys to actually hear it when we start tuning it. Hopefully on the next video we will get to tuning, and you guys can hear it. Man, it's I love it. I love it. Today is Thursday, and tomorrow, which is Friday, you guys will be watching the video of getting the amp somewhat done, I think. And then this video right here, you guys will probably watch it on Saturday, and so by Saturday I think I should already have the speaker in. This was all the unnecessary wires that were in the Silverado that we had no purpose in there. And you see, that was actually was making the truck look ugly. It's just destroying my tripod, guys. But good thing I have another one. And he'll be watching that speaker or the toilet man stuff, and you see him with the plunger. We'll see how it goes, guys, because next week is the final week of working on the truck, and then, man, come next Friday we are out of here and on the way to Orlando, man. So definitely stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, guys, because I'm telling you, those videos from Orlando are going to be epic. You're not going to want to miss that. So with that being said, man, this guy's, I don't know where he's going. Let me check him out. Peace out.
Peace out.